Hey everyone, and welcome to the first Let's Play with Ardua. We're going to tackle SimCity 5. I have the Cities of Tomorrow expansion as well as all the other little add-ons. So we're gonna give that a shot. I know there's lots of SimCity videos out there. I prefer not to play with any add-ons and kind of play the game as it was designed. Although one might argue there were some poor design choices. But it is what it is, and we're going to work and see what we can do to better utilize the different features of the game. One city type that I haven't seen anybody do yet, and granted I really haven't looked for one yet either, though, is to do the kind of Maxis Man, was it Dr. Vu kind of city. And of course, you know, he just unleashes, you know, prisoners and criminals throughout the city, so it makes it a very hard city to manage. But I haven't seen anybody do one yet, so we're gonna give that a shot and try that out. And of course, we're gonna do some OmegaCo and a whole bunch of other great stuff. So thank you for joining me. Welcome. And we're gonna kick it right off. So we're gonna start a new region. I'm going with the Rambling Badlands. I haven't used this region a lot. And I like trying out the new regions, so we're going to take Rambling Badlands. Why is it so hard to say? We're going to call this region Sierra. Maybe I should learn to spell. Okay, there we go. We're going to keep this a private region because we don't want anybody else coming into play. I'm not playing in offline mode. I am playing in regular mode. Just because I always have, and I really haven't found a reason to play offline mode yet. So the only downside to this region is that there's only 2 great works, but that should be okay because I don't know about you, I usually don't end up creating great works all the time. Some, you know, maybe 1 or 2, so that should be good. So the first city we're going to start out with is actually, we're going to do an OmegaCo city because I want to build up some funds and get kind of, you know, all the upgrades available for the town hall and everything else before we really get into our Dr. Vu city. So we're going to pick a site for OmegaCo, and we want it to be, OmegaCo and this Dr. Vu city are going to be on the same halves because this region is basically like divided in half by this mountain range. So we want to make sure that it's on one of the. They're going to be both on the same halves, and it looks like we've got some good transportation options here as far as rail and road goes. To all of them, these down here have some water as well. So those might be good if we want to try to do like a casino city in the future to try, we can bring in tourists over the ferry. But so right now what I'm really looking for is I'm looking for a flat place to start out with, and this is about as flat as it gets, it looks like. I see there's no coal or ore or oil, so we won't be able to do any of the extraction pods with the OmegaCo factories, but that's okay because my goal is I love getting in the VTOLs and getting those in. So that's what we're going to try to do. There's not a lot of wind either, but that's okay because I think we can live with that. So Iguana Flats. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We're going to go ahead and claim Iguana Flats, and let's go ahead and play. So one of the things with OmegaCo that I've found is that it's really easy to raise money. It's really easy to build up a nice little bank if you do it right. And so that's what we're going to try to do. And I promise I'm going to try to stay away from doing those old, you know, square road layouts and zone it, you know, in a grid. We're going to try some different roads over time and see what happens. All right. So one of the other things that you'll notice is, and of course you can't see it right now, but I like to keep my I like to keep all the little pop-ups and the quests on. There it is now. Mainly because they're, you know, a lot of them reward you with money, and extra money in this game, it can't hurt. Even if you're pulling in millions and millions, you know, extra money is extra money. It's always very helpful. So one of the first things I'm gonna, oh wait, gotta put in the town hall. I'm already making mistakes. So we gotta think. We're gonna take a look here. Let's take a look around. We got the train tracks are over here, and then we've got the main road entrance here. Basically, what we're doing is we're looking at how we're gonna lay out this city. Let's take a look at some of the overlays, the map overlays here. Where is the water? Water. Okay, so we got lots of water, pretty all over the place, except for this area. So stay away from that. We already know that there's no coal or oil or ore in the ground, so I'm not worried about that. Let's take a look at the wind. Okay, so the wind's going east to west. Well, all right, it's going right to left. I don't know that that's east to west, but it's going right to left in this situation. So we're going to want to make sure we keep our factories over here on the left and keep our residential areas over here on the right. And we're going to need a lot of residences. I don't know if we're going to put in any mega towers. I've been having a lot of problems with mega towers, so we shall see. And of course, as we go through, I'm going to try to provide you some tips wherever I know them or see them. And of course, if you have tips, feel free, please comment. I'm always looking at how we can improve, or how I can improve the video, but also, you know, how I can improve my gameplay. And that's really why I started watching all the Let's Plays. And so, with that said, let's get going. Enough talking, and let's start building. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to get this main line in here. I'm not going to go too far. I just want to get it in far enough to kick us out. I like to start, when I build my roads, I like to build them with whatever the cheapest road is that's available. This way, if I screw up, I'm not losing too much money, especially, you know, at the start here where we have limited funds. The other thing I like to do is when I build roads is if I'm building a straight road, I hold down the shift key. You guys probably know this already, but that will kind of straighten out your road. So as you can see, let's say I'm building this. Oh, is that straight? I can't tell. But if I hold shift, it moves it to be straight. So just an FYI there. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to do some mapping out here, and I just want to do a little trick here I learned. I'm going to take a tall tree row, and this is just so we can kind of measure. This is really kind of your length of how of your spacing here. So we're just going to plop one in there, all right, so we can get an idea of what's there. And now we're going to put, if I can just get it as close as I can, and make sure that's straight. Okay. And that'll be kind of just our little, just a little marker here, so we can start mapping out some roads. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that because that's costing me money and I don't want it. Great. All right, we're going to actually also pause this so we're not losing anything right now. Okay, so we've got some markers mapped out here. We said we're going to put some residential on this side. So I think the first thing we really need to do is figure out where those residential places are going to go. I don't know that we're going to do anything kind of different than I have before, as far as the roads go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this baby in here. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going to start putting in, this is where we're going to stick in a lot of our residential and our, let's get that over there. Boom. And we'll take that. Boom. Put a lot of our residential and commercial over here. And so we're going to boom, boom, boom. All right. Beautiful. I know, very simple, very boring. Promise you, it's gonna get better. Alright, let's plop some... Yeah, let's plop some residentials in there. Do that. Let's get some commercial up here. And I don't want to put too many in, but that should be good. And then we're going to go over to the other side and start looking at commercial zones. So I'm going to make the commercial zones a little bit bigger, and actually I'm going to move them up a bit because I don't want them in the same spot. Okay, and we're going to stick with, let's see here, boom, 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 okay. And here we go, we're just going to plop out these little zones for our industrial. Alright, and I'm just gonna throw that. In. If you didn't know this, if you hold down the control key when you're zoning, it will just fill in that whole area along that. So that's just a little FYI there. Okay, so we got to get some basic services in here. We need water. So we're gonna plop in the little water tower just over here for now. We need sewage. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a little, let's see here, I'm just gonna make a little mark here so I can get some more guides. Great, that's what I want right there. Okay, boom, 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 and we're gonna put that in, and this is just gonna be where we're putting in we're gonna put in their sewage and the trash up here, just so it's up here, it's out of the way, it's nothing we have to really worry about. Okay, we have to put in some electric. What do we want to use? I will tell you, so I really like to use the solar power, but not until we have the arrays. And it's really great if you also have the amplifier that you can build with the Academy. So I think for now we're going to stick with oil, except I don't have enough money, so I need to take out a bond. That's what I get for building too much. All right. I'm just going to stick that up there for now. All right. Yes, I see we're going. All right. So let's turn this on and let's pick up the speed here, and we're going to get this taken off. I find, you know, when you're starting a city, your first city in a region, you know, money is always an issue because you don't have really anything you can build off or put back in. I'm going to take out that little line I added there. So as you can see right now, we're losing some money. Oh, also need to make sure when you put these in that you turn on global delivery. Otherwise, you're not going to get any new oil in. All right, so folks are moving in. Yeah. We know about the budget problems. We know. Do. And looks like we now have our town hall. How exciting. So we're going to pick that up. I'm going to put the town hall right over here. I think most of our main services are probably going to be somewhere along this main road. I only have the one avenue right now, and we are going to put in another avenue across, but not yet. You know, we don't have a lot of money, and we're trying to build it up. Oh, look, we get to name our city. Wow, I'm not very great at naming cities, so if you guys have suggestions for city names, please let me know. I think we're going to start out with the city of Spielberg. Although, how about Moldova? Yeah, we'll go Spielberg for now. Is it ER or UR? Well, all right, let's go with UR. We can always change it. But you know, Spielberg, I'm going with the city of Spielberg from Quest for Glory 1, or Heroes Quest, old school Sierra game. Ultimately one of my favorite games, and I hope that on some future Let's Plays I'll be doing, excuse me, we'll be doing some classic video games as well, which is something I thoroughly enjoy doing. All right, so our city is growing right now. We're actually making money. Isn't that exciting? I'm going to adjust my taxes here. So, okay. We don't have any other services right now. As far as like fire and police, we do have to get those in. I did not get in the trash yet, but let's build up some funds first. Nobody's really demanding any of this yet. Okay. Looks like everybody's filling in well. Let's see, we got a quest over here. Yeah, Dr. Vu. So we're not going to do Dr. Vu in this city, but our next city I do want to do the Maxis Man Dr. Vu thing. So we're just going to turn that down. One thing I will say that does annoy me about the game sometime is that when you turn down a quest and then you leave, you exit the game and then you come back, that quest pops up again. And the Dr. Vu Maxis Man quests are always like the two that just keep popping up over and over and over again, and it's a little annoying, but it's also good because if you get a quest that you don't, you fail, you can try it again. So I see a little bit of a traffic jam here, which is, I guess, to be expected with all these moving vans. These are also low density roads, so one at a time, and they're stop signs, and of course everybody's leaving work over here, and they're all coming over here to go home. So a little bit of a traffic, but I think that'll clear up. We're actually up to making 1,600 an hour now, so we're doing pretty good. And that's it. We're winning. So maybe we should just quit now while we're ahead. No. We won't do that. We won't do that. All right, so I think some of the next things we got to do is we're going to have to build in some of our services before everything starts burning down. So we're going to get the garbage dump in. It's only 9,000. All right, we're going to stick that over there. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to give it an extra truck. Just so I don't have to worry about upgrading it later on. And I don't have enough for the burner, but I will put a burner on there in the future. All right, we also got to look at getting in a fire department, which we don't have enough for, and a clinic and police department. So we will be looking at adding that. As you can see, I mentioned, I've got all the add-ons. So the French police station, which I think I've used maybe once, their sirens are a little annoying, to be honest. I really enjoy putting in the progressive office just because it really makes everybody happy and nice than they are. One feature I've never seen anybody use, and I'm going to put this in, I just don't know where, is the Red Cross Relief Center, which is great because if you have a disaster, it helps your city out, which is fantastic. It also doesn't cost anything. It's free. Doesn't cost anything to operate. It just takes up space. That's a good chunk of space. And when you're limited in your city maps like we are here with Simcity, every little bit of space helps. I'm gonna pop it in right there though. Why not, right? Great. And then look how happy everybody is now. Isn't that lovely? All right, so we're still bringing in some money. Really can't do much of anything else until we get some more money in there. Let's take a look at this quest. Yep, totally do it. See, and you get 5,000 for that by getting up to 5,000 or 5,000 residents. You get $5,000 or Sim dollars, whatever they are. And so that's definitely something we want to do. I'm going to go ahead and draw out this road a little bit here because I do want to give them other options on how to get to where they're going. So there's a little bit of traffic there. I want to clean up that little space. All right, great. Let's take a look here. Let's see, just fill that out. All right. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, people now are complaining. Oh, they're injured. Well, we need 20,000. We don't have enough money right now. As soon as we get some money, though, that's what we're gonna do. Bum, 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 bum. So we'll just give it a little bit of time until we get some more money, and we'll pop that up in there. There we go. We're gonna put a small one in. Mostly we're gonna be having a lot of low wealth, so I don't want to, overlay the services and have it just over increase the land value. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. I think I'm going to pop this in here. Yeah, we're gonna pop that in right there. Right, and of course we still got to get the fire department and the police department in, but we are short on funds, so we're just gonna let those funds raise up. Maybe we should add some more folks too. Let's take a look at the population detail here and see. All right, so I actually have a bunch of unemployed, low wealth folks. I have some medium and high wealth jobs available, but we don't have any medium and high wealth people. So I think we need to expand a little bit more our industry, which is fine with me. And again, we're going to make these sections a little bit bigger because we're going to be maximizing them. And I think let's go ahead and do one more. I think we have the money for that. Too many lines over here. Sometimes the grid is fantastic, it's awesome, and then other times it's just like, what is going on? Can't figure out where line to use. Alright, so that's going to give us a lot more jobs, which means I'm going... And that brings us to the end of episode 1. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like or share or comment on the video. Love to hear what else you would like to see me do. The first time I did this, clearly the video ran long, so I split it up into 2 videos, so hopefully the edit wasn't too choppy for you. Thanks.